Peace. Welcome back. Secret House Against. Tokyo Bass, album reviews, conversations, and such. Thanks for joining us. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hate. Put a little hateful comment in there too. We appreciate all of it. Yeah. Here we are today again discussing for the second time on our show, ZelooperZ, his new album, which actually dropped a couple months ago, Microphone Fiend, 16 songs, 35 minutes. We were going to review another album, but I was getting mad about it, and I felt like it was a discount ZelooperZ album. And then Joe was like, you want to just do the ZelooperZ instead? And I was like, no, I'm going to hate on this album. And then I was like, nah, I'm not. Let's do the ZelooperZ.
I'd rather have like a nice positive atmosphere. You know, the show has, I like the atmosphere we cultivate here. So.
Yeah. I'm not really into hating, but I am into being honest, and sometimes it comes across as hate, I suppose.
Yeah.
I might be an op. But Art Trapper. Here we go. ZelooperZ, man. We know him from various projects. Please go back and watch the what was it? Van Gogh's Left Ear?
Yeah.
Which was one of the albums of the year for us, and also Spade, who is not here right now. But yeah, we're big fans of ZelooperZ. After this album, I've become an even bigger fan of ZelooperZ. Do you have anything to say about how you know him, or did you want to put anything down about that?
No, I mean, shouts out to Bruiser Brigade. It's how I got into him, probably through a Danny Brown feature somewhere. Maybe he's on Old, right? Maybe through there. And that whole crew has been
amazing,
doing great work for a solid decade at this point.
Has it been that long, man?
It's been a while.
Yeah, man. Tremendous fans of all those dudes. JUS's album last year was fucking extra incredible fire for me and you, I think.
The Dope Game was particularly stupid.
Yeah, that was fucking fire. And even Danny this year and his project with JPEG Mafia, Scaring the Hoes Volume 1. Man, these guys really don't miss, and I love how kind of unique that they are. Like, all of them are tremendously unique. It is a very much what is the term that we'd use for like the collective noun of philosophers? A Wu-Tang clan of philosophers, a murder of crows, a murder of they're just all tremendoly dope. And
a brigade of philosophers.
Well, no shit, yeah, a Bruiser Brigade of ill-ass rappers. And this album for me, I'll just get right into the album.
Yeah.
You know, this album is a bit different than Van Gogh's Left Ear. I felt like that was kind of for me now, currently, that's what I would call his magnum opus.
Gold standard, yeah.
I feel like, you know, the kind of energy and the curation of all the songs together and the variety of sounds and approaches really kind of exemplifies the type of art that he makes. Yes. This album, Microphone Fiend, is a bit more street level, trappy. Yes. Even though it does vary from song to song and cadence to cadence and beat to beat, this one is very much more trappy. I feel like if I put the homie, or say for example, like my nephew, who only 4 years younger than me, he a G. If I put him on to the Van Gogh's Left Ear, he might be like, oh, that one joint with RXK Nephew is pretty hard, but I'm not feeling the Crash Bandicoot beat. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, it's too much. This one, I feel like so many of these tracks, you could slide to like a real gangster type of cat, and he might not realize that he's onto some real avant-garde, surrealist,
outsider
impressionist,
art type shit.
Outsider art. And that's one of the most wonderful things about ZelooperZ to me, is that he's always able to toe this line between serious high art and real street level goon maneuver type of shit. Sure. And he kind of puts all that shit together in such a tremendous way. He really is like I would say he reminds me as a great American original, in a special way, like an Old Dirty Bastard, like a real outsider that puts together some, like, his phrasing, his words, his malpropisms, his mispronunciation of words, intentionally mispronouncing them. Like on this, he says voluptuous, and I'm just like, yeah, bro. He'd say epidural. He say all, like, his vocabulary is tremendous. His style is tremendous, and for there being so many kind of mumblish type of approaches on this album, his enunciation is surprisingly clear, and it's surprisingly easy to do that.
It's very easy to follow what he's saying on the record, but also the whole thing feels like it was freestyle, and it's kind of
there's an immediacy to the shit, right?
You could, if you told me he'd made this album in a week, like he had the beats and he just like put it together right there on the spot, I would totally believe you, because some of these bars, like, they're dope, but they don't make no damn sense. Like, they're completely just like out of nowhere.
He's very effortless.
It's effortless,
with it, man. And like,
he's styling.
He is absolutely styling. There's like there's something that is just tremendously. And I say this as a 40-year-old man who doesn't have, like, I don't get like big-eyed and be like, man, I want to be like them. When I was like 13, I saw Dale Catch a Bad One video. He had the nose piercing, and I've had my nose pierced ever since, because I was like, I want to be like Dale. I want to be like Bobby Digital when I was a kid. And I'm a 40-year-old man, but I'll tell you what. This nigga ZelooperZ is just cool to me, bro. Like, I swear to God, I'll be like, bro, like, you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, if I had a devil and an angel on my shoulders, I have to have ZelooperZ be the devil.
They might both be ZelooperZ.
You know, exactly. Or maybe I'll put like Rap Ferreira on my other shoulder or some shit. But man, this fool is just fucking cool. The way he says shit, and he has this very, it's almost like you want to anticipate his next like bar, right? The end of his bar.
Yes.
And he'll twist the word differently, or like he's really good at changing the way he pronounces the word to make it fit right. Yeah. I want my cash immediately. And it's just like, bro, and you can't even imitate him. You can't even rap his bars because you absolutely would not do justice with how fucking live this fool is. I love ZelooperZ, man. I think after this album, which I'm not even a real trappy type of cat. First and foremost, I'm 40 years old. I grew up in Cali on some West Coast gangster type of shit, and trap beats and all the club type of shit came later, after I was already a weird underground hip hop head with Cannibal Ox on repeat. You know what I mean? I graduated high school. But like these joints, man, like almost all, there's like maybe one or two songs that don't speak to me on this.
Yeah.
It's I can see why people would not feel this one, but I fucking like it.
Yeah, no, I certainly, if you have listened to like Van Gogh's Left Ear or a lot of the other like more considered stuff on the Bruiser Brigade catalog, especially Danny Brown's stuff, I think there is like a temptation to kind of write this off as being just, you know, it feels very influenced by Lil B, you know, the bass freestyles.
That's a good point.
Young God. And there is, I think, a temptation to just be like, yo, what the fuck is this? And just dismiss it out of hand. But there's something really, really like alluring about what ZelooperZ is doing, especially on this record, where it's just so kind of freeform and off the cuff and unpredictable in places that oftentimes like you don't really know what you're gonna get from, you know, one track to another. ZelooperZ can name a track Sexy Slut, and just like that's just completely unironic. Like he's just talking about like a girl he finds very attractive, and she's a slut and she's sexy.
Arby's, bro.
Arby's.
Like,
Arby's. That's my favorite track on the album. I love Arby's.
Man, there's quite a few. There's a few features on here, but one of the points that you just made, I want to kind of add to that too. Like the title track, Microphone Fiend, that sounds like one of the more fully formed songs on the album. So I'm not surprised that became the title of the album, or maybe it was vice versa. But that is the one song on the album to me that feels like it was kind of he chewed on it for a little bit on how to do it. The rest of it does very much have this kind of like Chris Crack kind of like pill out the shit fast as you can think it, and he's so good at just like he could just be talking, and the way he talks is like rhythmic and dope. And so like it does feel immediate. It does feel very punk rock in that sense. Or, you know, Lil B, the bass god. Yeah. Shout out, man. I got a lot of lyrics. Like, I wrote down a lot of lyrics on this shit because it's just, he just say a lot of fly.
I wrote
a lot of fucking
one
fly
lyric
shit
down just because it's been stuck in my head for the last week now. How you like your Wagyu?
Oh, no
medium
shit.
rare. And that's it. Like, I've just had that line. Maybe like being out here in Japan, just Wagyu is like a resonant word.
He got a few like that. Like, swear to God, a nigga can't see me for dinner. We already had rice with the seaweed. That's what we doing in Tokyo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's just like so many of them are dope. On E-Way with I didn't know this is a person, 454, that uses kind of vocal effect or whatever. It's kind of like Quasimodo-ish, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that beat is fucking perfect. And while I said this album does come across as very kind of trappy, there is a variety of sounds on here. E-Way sounds hella different. What else is mad different? So Excited.
So Excited.
I don't even know how to like really classify that beat. It's kind of like EDM-ish, but also just like the way he glides on that shit. Like ZelooperZ can rap over anything.
Oh yeah.
And what is the other one? All Out of Keys, La La La, or whatever. It sounds like a 1970s like cartoon intro or whatever. And this type of shit he just says is dope. Even when, you know, I'll never give up, bitch. I don't care how PC culture gets. Like, I'm gonna say bitch about anybody. But he's like, can't fuck with my brain cells. Barely end up colliding. Tell that bitch try me. She end up sipping colada. I don't know what it means, but it's fucking the way he throws the paint around.
It's pure ultra instinct. That's what it is. It's
bro.
Do not think, feel.
Yeah,
it's Bruce Lee. It's being water.
Yeah, it's incredible some of the things that he's talking about on this fucking album. Like, it feel like I'm immortalized. They draw pictures like cavemen. A lot of the things he puts together, and it. Sometimes I feel like, bro, like how genius is he doing this? He like writing a line and then purposely like, what's another word I could replace this with to make it sound different? Because some of the kind of like vocal tone stacks that he does, I don't know how to approach it from like a writing way. On Bustin' Jeeber, which is maybe one of my favorite songs on the album. Shout out.
Title.
He says, go nuts, pecan, put context, spicy, mama had cash and cleavage. Get my cash, I can't wait for it. I'm at your doorstep immediately. I don't like the way he fucking bounces on that shit.
It's different. Like he's not stacking in like a traditional sense. He's not like layering rhymes in like a really clever way, but I've never really heard anyone rap like this.
Yeah. Caesar salad in his pocket wallet, Thousand Island. Bro, there's so many lines that like, man, I wish I was cool enough to say some shit like ZelooperZ, bro. If I was outside, bro, if I was outside and could do a great ZelooperZ impression, I'm telling you, I'll be the illest nigga on the block. Yo, just anything he says, don't answer my phone, bitch, hit me on my timeline. He's fucking amazing. He's fucking amazing.
I am drunk.
Hold on. He also dissed Tory Lanez. Shout out to that. He says, you the type to shoot bitches, stay in your lane, eating hot sauce, fuck Tory Lanez. Woke, you know what I mean?
Rhyme lanes with lane.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like high level technical bars here, bro. I'm telling you that it just doesn't get any better. Tweaking and geeking. When I woke up today like a simulation, we ain't had no rim, had to shoot the crate. He ain't got time. He straight off the dome. When he come to the plate, no contemplations. And he's something like a shark, the way he too great.
Fire.
Bro, woke up today like a simulation. When he come to the plate, no contemplations. Off the dome, he is fucking he is one of the great surrealist fucking rappers.
This is like, it's outsider art, man. It's
you know, there's a part of, I say this all the time about gangster rap, right? And I basically bit this from Coldwell Ishun, the great Afrofuturist writer who was really big into electronic art as a way of forwarding black expression, right? And he talks about how there is an obsession in popular society to be autobiographical, and everything must be grounded. Like the great reality is the ground idea of street culture is what creates authenticity. And he says that we often mistake the antisocial surrealism of gangster rap as like the reality of it, right? And when I listen to ZelooperZ, it's not so much that he is trying to give you this base level reality. I feel like he approaches it already in an extremely surreal way that gives it authenticity, but it's not like, I actually got shot. I got shot 9 times. I'm gonna tell you about the streets. He's like an impressionistic painter who puts all of these ideas together on a really weird Alice in Wonderland type of psychedelic approach that still feels extremely grounded in a day-to-day life. He's having a wild experience, bro. I don't know, like maybe I need to be tweaking and geeking because I don't never have like his experience is amazing to me. I just like him.
I want to switch things up a little bit because, you know, we like to recommend this album to people. I don't know who I would recommend this record to, but I will have an artist recommendation for people who are into this kind of music, who want something that is in a completely different genre. ZelooperZ, if you happen to be watching this, I know you watched the Van Gogh review.
Appreciate that.
To ZelooperZ.
Hey, he got us a couple followers off that shit too. Appreciate you, man.
Much love. Check out the Japanese artist Kwondo, Cwondo. You'll get it. You'll see where I'm coming from.
I'm making a note for myself on that too because I don't know that.
Yeah. I saw him live the other day, and his set was like semi-improvised, semi-performed, and I don't know. The energy was very similar. Brilliant music.
Word. Hit her with the combo. Bitch will end up liquefied. This fool's ill, bro. Like, all right, man. ZelooperZ has, with this project, has propelled himself into my present day top 5 favorite MCs.
Damn.
It changes all the time, but man, ZelooperZ, the man can do no wrong for me. Like, he had another project came out, it's kind of like an R&B type of like vibey thing.
Yeah.
Man, with this one, I'm there. ZelooperZ top 5 all time today.
ZelooperZ bottom 5. I hate you. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Secret House Against. Pay attention. Read some shit. These beats is really not really fucking with the vibe. Like, yo, shout out to Japanese beat makers, man. I know you guys had to do it, but yeah. Secret House Against. Shout out to our patrons. Bro, he had a line about like sambo and shit too. Like, yeah.
I bet this guy's fucking sick of jujitsu.
Yeah, no shit.
Just origami a guy.
Oh, he says it. Everything I say, man, come out easy. Mama used to tell me I'm a badass heathen. Pockets keep talking, sound like vegans. Green. Ah, he's a genius. Check.